Good morning, I'm Hazel Cottrell, and I run the Creative Content Company. The business is 6 years old and one day. We were 6 years old yesterday. And as a business, we do content creation, social media and newsletter creation. So we do content for websites, blog posts, social media management and social media training, and then newsletters, we create them and send them for you as well. Who am I? I felt it was all well and good me saying, these are the great things to do for blogging, and here's some blogging training, but you kind of need to know who I am. So what am I saying? Is it worth what you're hearing, is what I'm trying to say. So I'm a stepmom to Holly and Jamie. They are 13 and 14. I have some awesome grandparents who I'm super, super close to. I'm a fiancée, getting married in April next year, and I'm a fur mum to Storm and Dobby. Business-wise, I was a business development manager for a large catering company. They were brand new on the scene. They had places in Cambridge and Peterborough. I worked for them for about a year and a half, and during that time I was a business development manager for them to try and grow their business. I got sent out to networking events here, there and everywhere, and at one of the networking events there was a lady that said, blogging's really important, you should all blog. And I kind of went, yeah, whatever. And then she said, the person that writes the best blog post wins a box of chocolates. So all of a sudden, my interest is piqued, and I've decided maybe blogging is for me. So I wrote a blog post, got the most traffic over the week compared to everyone else who'd written a blog post, won the box of chocolates, and decided maybe I want to carry on doing this. Now, my first blog post was about the importance of 5 a day. Now, this is a really, really strict diet that you can see I follow closely. Malibu and lemonade, therefore coconut and lemon was 2 of my 5 a day. I was eating cheese and onion crisps, onion, 1 of my 5 a day, and a cherry bakewell, which is strawberry jam and cherry and almond, therefore 6 of my 5 a day, just like that. That was my first blog post. So it wasn't even a serious blog post, but what it did was told people about me and my personality. I applied for a job with a media company to write their blog posts and website content. They said, your CV is too jumpy, we're not interested. I was then headhunted by the same company, there was 2 directors, by the other director who said, we think you could be really good at blogging, could you come and blog for us? So I just played dumb and went, yeah. Went for an interview, was offered the job, and then the other director came in and said, can we see your CV? And I just kind of went, I haven't really got one, I don't really know what you're talking about, CV, what? And then a month later I went, by the way, I was the girl that CV you said no to. Hi. And I was there for 2.5 years. They're a large company in Peterborough. They did the website for the RGL Home Show, Britain's Next Top Model, and Top Gear. And I was with them for just under 2.5 years. During that time, we were really, really good at making big companies bigger, but we weren't helping the smaller guys. It was all about the money. They are great at making big companies bigger and making rich people richer, but that's not where my skills lie. It's not what I enjoy doing. I enjoy being involved in the company and really helping. While I worked for this company, I also spent 3 days a week writing about franking machines for Pitney Bowes. It's the most boring thing I've ever done in my life. And I strongly feel if I can write blog posts about franking machines for 3 days a week ongoing, I can write a blog post for anything. So the Creative Content Company was born. I said to the business owner, I want to work with small businesses. I can do it with you or without you. And he went, do it without us then. And I went, oh, okay. So that was it. I set the business up and went from there. And I'd say that was 6 years and 1 day ago. So where are we now? 6 years and 1 day under our belts. We're growing sales month on month. We've won 13 business awards in the 5 years. And we've got about 30 clients each month that we help grow online. Now for blogging. So I'm going to go in really simple terms. What Creative Content Company don't do is make things complicated. So we try to keep it simple. So in really basic terms, Google robots knock on your website door. Knock, knock, knock. Can we come in? Can we look at what's on your website? They look at everything on your website and take a photo of that. A month later, they'll look at that website again and see what's changed. Now, if you've made improvements, added content to the website, made the content load faster, things like that, then you will go higher up the search engines. That's in really basic terms. There's loads and loads and loads that goes on into moving you up the SEO ladder and help improving you on Google. But this is a small part of it in a real basic way of how it works. So blogging is one way that you can improve your website ranking. What is a blog post? A blog is a 300 to 600 word article. It's got short sentences of less than 20 words, and paragraphs are 3 to 5 sentences long. Literally just saw a whole glazed over look of, oh God, I should have written that down. So the blog posts are 300 to 600 words long, sentences no more than 20 words, and paragraphs about 3 to 5 sentences. That is a general rule. You don't need to follow that exactly, but that kind of gives you a rough guide. Each blog post's got a keyword in it. The keyword is what you want to be found for. So if you are a florist in Peterborough, you need to write blog posts that include florist in Peterborough, and then you'll start getting found for florist in Peterborough. But think about those longer tail versions as well. So rose florist in Peterborough, flowers in Peterborough, roses in Peterborough, and kind of really close it down, because the more people are searching for different phrases of that. So think about different things people find you for. We've always promoted ourselves as content writers, and never ever even thought about promoting ourselves as copywriters. However, that's another keyword we can use. So think about what your clients are saying. You might be an accountant, you might think yourself as an accountant, but if you put it down as money person, that could be something else people are looking for. So you just need to kind of think outside the box, and what people call you is what you need to start sharing. Why blog? So I said it's really good for SEO. A blog post on your website is that addition, that improvement and that change to your website that helps Google spot your website. It's an update to your website, so when people go to your website, they see fresh content. It's something you can share on social media. It's something you can share in newsletters, and it shows you as an industry expert because you're talking about stuff that people want to know about. Where to post your blog? So you need to put your blog on your website. There's no point in having one website and one blogging site, because the traffic is going to the blogging site and then you're sending it back to your website. You don't want to do that. You want your blog on your website. And then from there, you want to share it everywhere else. So you can share links to it across social media. You can share links in your newsletter. You can share links in anything. You can copy and paste the exact content onto a newsletter. What you don't want to do is copy and paste the content of your blog post onto another site somewhere else, because that's duplicate content and that will get you or the other site penalised. So I would recommend just sharing links so you're safe. But if it's printed stuff, you can copy the blog post straight to it. I wanted to touch on LinkedIn for this one, and how to share your blog post on LinkedIn. So you can share your blog post as an article. Now, because it's moving, it doesn't count as static content, which therefore doesn't fall under duplicate content. Again, I know that bit's a bit confusing, but just go with me. You can also share links to the blog post. So, and this is a terrible example, if you did top 10 tips to get your dream job, and tip number 1 is to wear clothes. On LinkedIn, you say, tip number 1 to get your dream job is to wear clothes. For more tips like this, go to the blog post. A week later, tip number 2 to get your dream job is to smile. For more tips like this, go to the blog post. So what you're using LinkedIn and social media for is to get the traffic back to your website. So when they're on your website, they move from page to page within your website. So where to get blog post ideas? One of the reasons people don't blog is because they don't know where to get the ideas from. They don't know what to blog about. So that is what most of this presentation is about. So hopefully you'll be able to go all over your page of notes that Natalie's given you and find some more paper.